Hello, everyone. It is Friday evening, which means it's sketch night tonight. It's just after 7:30, and today is the 26th of September. I just noticed that this light makes a bit of a warm glow, which I think I look better without that. But I don't know. What do you think looks better, with or without? What do you guys think? I would like to know. Oh, you guys are talking about the joining special. So I'm just having a little look. Is that what you're talking about? Looks like Lorraine said something that relates to the joining special, and Roz was talking about it too, right? All right. So Cherie, you were asking the question. You said you have a serious question. If someone joins Stampin' Up as a happy stamper when there's no minimum spend, but they don't spend for a while, how many months before they get deleted? Okay. The original period that you have to put your first order in, and that's an order of also, if you mean if they don't place an order at all, how long would they stay for? Is that what you're asking? Have I got that right? So it's the end of your first full quarter, and full quarter is a full 3 months. Okay, so that's correct. Yes, and in the US it's $300. You guys are so lucky because CSV and dollars are exactly the same. So in Australia, we have to work it out. And if you're like me and you don't you don't like maths, no one wants to work it out. Thankfully, the system tells you how you're tracking, so you don't have to actually know that. But imagine they're putting in an order of $10 a month. Can they stay? They need to do 300 CSV, which is about $470 retail. Mind you, you get your discount off that. So you're not paying that as a new demonstrator, but it works out to be about $120, $125 a month, roughly, if you wanted to actually stay on. But if you're only putting in a small order like that, then you wouldn't be meeting the quarterly requirements. However, because October is already into this quarter, your first full quarter wouldn't be until the end of March. So if you joined right now, even if you didn't do a whole lot, you would get to stay as a demonstrator until March. At the end of March would be the end of your first quarter. I hope that makes sense. Does that explain that, Cherie? You said okay. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, your first quarter is always longer because it's your first full quarter. So the quarter you join in, you can still put orders in that quarter if you want to, but it doesn't count as your first full quarter. Your first full quarter would be the next one that has a full 3 months in it. Does it make sense? Did I explain it okay? It's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's a bit hard when you're not sure how it all works. So, okay, let's start here tonight. This is not actually how I intended to start tonight, but for anyone who is thinking about joining, there is an amazing joining special next month. So it starts on the 1st of October. Already I've had a couple of people reach out and say, what's all that about? That sounds exciting. I'd like to know more. So if that's you, please reach out and I can email you some information. I can even, if you prefer actual written information, I can mail something to you if you want. So no, don't be sorry. No, don't be sorry at all. They can just but they can't afford much yet. Yeah, you certainly can. You get your discount, but at the end of March, you would get an extra month of grace, and then you would have to drop because you hadn't met the quarterly requirements. So those quarterly requirements need to be met each quarter. I hope that makes sense. No, don't be sorry. Please stop. No, don't say sorry at all. That's fine. Hey, Vicky, nice to see you here. So yeah. So for anyone who's wondering what it is, the joining special next month, there are two options. I know which one I think is better. You can either join for $60, which normally it's $169. So that's an amazing deal, and you'll still get. I want to read the correct amount to you, because if I give you the wrong amount, then I'll feel really, really bad. If you spend $60, you will get $235 worth of products. That's a no-brainer, okay? $60 to spend and get $235 worth of products. That's amazing, all right? Or if you prefer, if you've got more things on your wish list, or you have a cut and emboss machine on your wish list, something big like that, you can buy the kit for $169 and get $344 worth of product. It's still the same amount of value over what you pay, but just means you could have some bigger ticket items in there. I think the better deal is the cheaper one. the $60 deal, because what you could do if you wanted more things is then order as a demonstrator and get your 20% off the extra, anything extra that you need. So our discounts start at 20% for demonstrators. If Stampin' Up's having a sale, we get our 20% on top of whatever they're offering. So it can be an amazingly it can be very, very good from a discount point of view. So if you have questions, reach out to me. I know there's a lot of people who've got a big wish list. They're not sure how to chip away at it. This could be a way. So do let me know. You can do it just for yourself, or you might want to, I don't know, you might want to start a community. You might want to make a little bit of money. That's totally up to you. It is always your choice. And the nice thing is they don't hassle you one way or the other. The option is always there, but they're always going to let you choose. And I love that. My microphone is banging. Okay, that probably means I've got my hands close to the computer. My mic has gone weird. All right, what's going on? I start out with it high, and then the by itself, the sound comes down, and I don't seem to be able to lock it. I've just turned it up again, and I'm going to try not to fiddle around with my computer because that's where the sound goes weird. Sorry, guys. Trying not to do that. All right, let's get started. It's okay now? Yeah, it will be okay until I touch the computer again, and then it'll go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I must have bumped it. All right, let's turn over. Let's go to our catalog. We are doing sketches tonight. I'm sorry to start with all that businessy stuff. I know sometimes people just want to come here and watch people make pretty cards, right? So I get it. I'm going to click over to the desk, and it's my watch. Oh, it could be. The watch has been, since I got the watch, this is a new watch. I only got it last month, or maybe, yeah, probably about a month or so ago. And ever since I got it, there's been problems. And I really think you're right. I think it could be to do with the watch. So it's like snow off the old TVs. I don't want that. All right, let me keep my hands over here, keep my hands to myself and see what I can do. All right. Yeah, we're learning and you guys are helping me. You're off to the dentist. That's no good, Monique. Wouldn't you rather stay with us? I know that if I had to pick between the dentist and watching a card making video, I know which one I'd pick. But I guess you have to do what you have to do, right? I hope it's not a painful visit. I hope it's a good one. All right. So this is our latest catalog, came out at the beginning of this month. It feels like we've had it longer. I mean, I know demonstrators have had it longer. We've been able to pre-order since the beginning of August, but I just feel like this one's been around for a while. But every Friday night we turn to page 14, and these are all the lovely things. I'm going to put my lamp on, and let's see if that's better, isn't it? Yeah. All right. So we've done the first three. We're on to number 4 tonight, and I actually looked at this one a little bit before. Okay, I was out all day today running a class/workshop up in the Hunter Valley for a group of friends who like to get together and craft from time to time. And I didn't get back until like 5 o'clock, and then I was so tired I lay down on the lounge and had a nap, as you do, until Merlot, the big pussycat, came and sat on my chest and started up his purry motor. So I know it's wonky. I know, right? I think we're all a little afraid of the dentist. I know I am. I have definitely a phobia of going to the dentist. And the last time I went, they took a tooth out. That's happened a few times now, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I have some periodontist visits coming up soon for the gum doctor, and I'm not looking forward to that either, but it's got to be done, right? Yeah, I'm a scaredy cat too, Nairi, when it comes to the dentist. Yeah. So Merlot was decided he was going to come and sit on my chest. And I don't know if you've ever had a 10-kilo cat on your chest, which is about 20 pounds for anyone who's wondering. He's a big, buffy cat. And he came and sat right on my chest and purred. And you can't sleep when that's happening, right? So I didn't get much of a nap. But then I thought, well, maybe while you guys were watching the global video hot video that was on half an hour ago, I would come and see what we're going to be doing tonight. And I looked at it and I thought, it kind of is wonky. This one is more wonky. This one is not really wonky. Okay, so if you look at it there, it actually looks like it's it could be, but it's because the squares are lined up on another square. So I thought, what would work for this? I feel like if I'm going to put images or anything on this, I would want something small. And I think I've worked out what I wanted to do. And interestingly, it's on the same page. So over here, we have the Christmas tags and more. And you can see they've made some little tags and cards and things over here. It's really, really pretty. The colors in this are cherry cobbler, crumb cake, garden green, real red, and soft sea foam. All these colors, which are very Christmassy and go together really, really beautifully. A general anesthetic. Oh, gosh. Well, I didn't. And it was, you know, he really numbed me up. I had a whole bunch of needles, and I don't like those either. But, yeah, looks like all of us feel the same way about the dentist. Yeah. But, yep, I'm minus a tooth. One less tooth this month than I had last month. So this is the paper, okay? So this is called Christmas Tags and More, and it's got a couple of sheets of die cuts, okay? You can see there's a couple of tags here that I've already pulled out. There's one of them. And then this one's like a little banner. There's Christmas trees, there's holly, there's little presents, and there's a stocking. There's a cute little cardinal there. I love cardinals. They remind me of my mother-in-law's house. And then we have, you know, a bigger ornament, a wreath, lots and lots of fun little things. And there's a couple of pages of die cuts. This is a different page, and you can see the two different pages of die cuts here. So this is actually a specialty paper because of these die cuts. It does make it a bit special. And we have 2 sheets of each of those die cut sheets. There's a little poinsettia. The poinsettia is nice. I rather like that one. Might use that maybe, but we could pick any of these, and I thought they might look nice on the squares in our sketch. All right, so let me move those out of the way. I've already pulled a couple out that I think might work, and let's have a look. So it's got a card base or a card front, could be either, and then it looks like it has one big square underneath. Let's bring it up a bit closer. One big square underneath, and then 4 squares on top. And I did notice that the squares are not all the same size. We've got 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. So I cut out a few different squares just so we can play around with it and see which one's going to suit best. And I'm going to be working with the colors that are in this paper. She uses numbing gel before the needle. Yeah, they did with me as well. Oh, that's horrible, Sheila. Light it back up again. How awful. Oh, gosh. Wow. You guys, we've all got the horror dentist stories, right? I've actually had 3 extractions now, and they're not nice. I do not like them at all. And like the last one was a month ago, and thankfully extractions are not very expensive. Unless you're going to have implants and have them filled in, then that's expensive. I didn't. I've just got gaps, but they're right up the back, like right up the back, so no one can see them, which is good. Makes me feel better about it. All right, so I'm going to keep this here just as a reference so I can see it. I've got a half a sheet of A4 that I've cut, and now I'm going to fold it in half to make my card base. Oh, that sounds nasty, Marilyn. Ew, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh gosh, you guys, you've all got horrible dental stories. I don't want to hear about that. All right. I went to my workshop today, and I don't know if any of them are watching tonight, but the lady whose house it was, she actually cleaned, because my bone folders were looking a bit grubby, and she cleaned them for me. Look how beautiful it is. So I'm thinking that's so nice to have nice clean bone folders. I really need to be doing that sort of thing myself. All right. So I've got a piece of soft sea foam that is 10 centimeters by 14.3, and that's going to go right here on top. So that's where that's going to go. So it's going to be my base. I'm thinking about embossing it. I think that might be nice. And then I thought maybe the square underneath a real red piece. And I want it to be square. So this is 10 centimeters wide. So I'm thinking maybe 9 by 9. Let me see how big is, or maybe even smaller. I don't know. Let's see. I'll start with 9 by 9. We can always cut it down more if we want to, because the squares on top are actually going over the edges of this piece. So let me start with 9 by 9, and then we'll see if we want to make it maybe 8.5 by 8.5. But we'll see. This might be okay. So I'm trying to follow the sketch, and we'll see. As you know, there are no rules. You do not have to follow the sketches precisely. Let's see how big this is. See, I think that's still too big. All right, so I'm going to go down one more size. I'm going to go 8.5 by 8.5. And, I may need to go down again, but I'm starting. You can always go shorter. You can't go the other way. That is better, but maybe still too big. Because the squares, and I've cut some squares from the Stylish Shapes dies, okay? And I cut the second, that's the second smallest, and the next one up. And I was thinking, like, I think maybe we need to put, and I'm just arranging them like they are on the sketch. This might work. No, it's going to be too big. Can you see that? It's too big over this side. So, I don't know. Maybe I just need to put them closer together. I don't know. And then this one down here, like that. That doesn't look too bad. What do we think? Oh, that's not nice, Sherry. I guess that didn't last. Huh? Oh, my goodness. Wow, you guys. Everyone's got dentist stories. Because I'm trying, what made me choose that size? I'm trying to make it fit here. Now, I could go smaller with my squares, in which case I could go smaller with my red piece as well. But I don't know. I'm wondering if this is okay as it is. It doesn't look terrible. Okay. What do we think? You like it? Lorraine likes it. Hey, everyone. Lorraine likes it. Oh, Nori does too. All right. Well, maybe we'll go with that and see how we go. Now I'm going to pick some die cuts. And like I said, I liked the poinsettia, and I was thinking that might look really nice on one of these squares, right? And then we've got some holly. The wreath I thought might look nice. So I'm just picking random ones out of the actually I might swap those two around. Now the other thing we could do a little bit, I love to, a little bit of blending behind these and having a little bit of that popping out. That might also work. So we could do that. My light is flickering. I'm having problems with technology lately. Has anyone noticed? Well, Cherie, thank you for that. It's not bad. All right, some people are saying they like it, so I'm going to go with this, but I'm thinking that maybe this backing piece needs to be embossed. And if I did that, what embossing folder would I use? So let's grab my embossing folders. I could go with the, the leafy one, because most of this would be behind the red. So would it all be behind? Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Or what other ones have we got that would look good? The wreath we would only get at the top and the bottom, and I don't think that would be right. This would be nice. The eyelet, that might work. What do we think about that one? Yeah, I'm just trying to make it so that I mean, if I make the red square smaller, you're not going to see much of it behind the squares. Okay, so I guess that's the main reason why I chose that size. I guess. I'm wondering if this one isn't right. Do we think that one is okay? Or let me see if there's another. I mean, we have a Christmas tree here. That would be nice, and I could pop that on there easily. I feel like the ornaments with the crumb cake, that's not quite right. Stocking or candy canes. What Christmassy things should we try? There's also the cardinal. The cardinal's nice. Let's see what the cardinal looks like. He's a bit small, but that wouldn't really matter because that might be better. You like the wreath. Oh, the stocking, Glinda? The cardinal, says Barbara. Something with red in it. I agree. Yeah, I think maybe there wasn't enough red in the wreath. That's maybe why it wasn't quite working for me. The wreath isn't bad, but yeah, I agree. All right, so we've got some people saying the cardinal is fine, but something with red, and I think that's good. So then I just need to work out. I'm thinking about doing this. I think that might actually look good. So let me take this off for a second, and let's get our piece out. And I'm going to emboss this. I love embossing. I mean, I love heat embossing too, but I love dry embossing. I just think there's something really, I don't know. It's like a magic thing. You just run it through and you've all got this suddenly this it's not just flat paper anymore. It's beautiful. So this is a 3D folder. So we're going to be running it through with the specialty plate. So I'm just going to pop that with the specialty plate on top and run it through my cut and emboss machine. Oh yeah, this was a good choice. I like this one. See, that's really pretty. Isn't it nice? Look at that. Can you see it? It's called the eyelet embossing folder. I just think it's really pretty. All right, and I'm going to grab a blending brush because, you know, I need to. The blending brushes are the best. And I'm wondering, do I have one with just a very light? Because I want soft sea foam, which is a very light colour. In fact, it's a colour I don't use very often, but it does look really nice with this paper. And there's a little, there's hardly any of it in these elements, but it's still okay. Oh, there's something wrong with my soft sea foam ink pad. It's had an issue. That's dry right there. So I will need to probably get myself a new one. It happens occasionally. The rest of it is okay though. I'll just ignore that spot. Has anyone ever had that happen to their ink pads? I don't know what causes it. I've got no clue. I don't know if anyone else knows. Does anyone else know? Thank you, Sheree. That's awesome. I'm just looking to see. Hello, Stella. Welcome back. Oh, Stella, did you get your catalogue? Oh, how exciting. You picked up some things. Oh no! What's that? Does somebody got the measles, or have I missed a comment? I think I've missed a comment. I'm so sorry. I don't understand. I've missed something, and yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the elements where I want to put this, and I'm just going to do a little bit of green. So it's not going to be terribly, because it's such a light color, it's not going to make a huge difference, but it will make a difference. And you know I love to use a blending brush behind an element. It always looks nice popping out from there. So if we put that on there, and it's just going to look like he's got a little bit of something going on there behind him. Can we see that? And I'm going to put a dimensional behind him as well. So let's pop that right there. Like that. And then I'm going to put a dimensional. I'm going to put a dimensional behind each one, but I'm going to put a little bit of blending also behind each one. And I do think sometimes just this little bit of extra blending, it's a bit more time invested in your card, but I think there are a few things that make a big, big difference. Using dimensionals is another big difference, but taking the time to add blending behind an element will elevate your card. And that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to create better cards and just make them look a little bit more special. All right. And this one will need to be a bit bigger because the element is bigger that we're putting on it. Oh, you're so welcome, Stella. I always include a card with when I'm asked to send catalogs or something like that. I just think it's nice because then you kind of get to see the sort of things that that you might be able to create with the products. So that's the plan, right? Did everyone see as well this week they released the advent calendar? And it's not really an advent calendar. It's called the 12 days of crafting, which I think is more accurate because there's only 12 little doors to open. And they're not actually all that little either. They're actually really nice. I'm thinking that might go that way. And I'm going to just put a dimensional behind this. You'll be copying it. Well, I'd be very honored if you did. And you're very welcome to do that. It's kind of my thing, isn't it, Sheila? I do. Mind you, the craft along card we made this month didn't have any blending on it. I was really happy with how that turned out, by the way. I was, when you have an idea, or when your husband, in my case, husband has an idea, and here we go. And I'm able to bring it to life. And it worked really, really well. So everyone that I have spoken to seemed to like it. So that was awesome. All right. Okay, so now we're ready to get to the gluing stage. Aren't these pretty? Look at these. They look really, really lovely. How nice. And it's just an ephemera pack. You didn't have to do any stamping and die cutting. It's just you just pop them out. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this into place. And I'm just going to pop some Tombow behind this. Oh no, it got lost in a glitch. Oh, I hate it when that happens. All right, let's have a quick look at the sketch. I just want to make sure, is it centered? It kind of is, but I don't want it too far towards the bottom because I want to have room to put a greeting. So I'm going to put a little bit higher because I want to have a greeting down the bottom here. I haven't decided what kind of greeting we're going to do yet, but we'll work that out as we go. All right, so this one's going to be just off this edge. And I'm following what it shows here. So that one's over the left-hand side, but down a little bit. This one's at the top and across a little bit. This one's over the right-hand side. And so they kind of, they are even when you have a look at where they're all positioned. So that one's going to go there. Once I've got them worked out, then I'll glue them down. And then we've got our cardinal. Now this one, if I don't push it quite close to this one, it wouldn't, they're going to be too close to the edge, and I want them just inside. That's about right. And then this little guy down the bottom, he's going to be that way. All right. Okay, I think that works. Now we could put them flat or we could put them on dimensionals. Guess which one I'm going to do. Oh, no, I didn't, Marilyn. Thank you. That's a nice thing. I didn't see that comment. I'm sorry. This is one of when you're crafting along and, talking at the same time, but it's really hard to stay on top of all the comments. So I do miss comments. I'm so sorry. Oh, the stamp pad has measles. Now I understand, Sheila. Right. Yes. I think it's terminal though. I think I need to maybe move that stamp pad on. All right, so I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind this, and I am going to pop these up because I just think it'll look better. So it's going to go right there. And then this one, again, dimensionals. You can put more dimensionals on if you wanted to. I'm just using a couple behind each one. I'm kind of feeling like I can get away with that. And then this one is going to be, you could have some up and some down as well. You could do a couple flat and a couple on dimensionals. I know those are really nice, Stella. The Cancer ones. They're the ones at the start of the catalog, and I don't have them yet. But I'm imagining that that would be a really good thing to have next month being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, right, and then this one. So this is a bit more of an involved sketch tonight, isn't it? But I think it's rather nice anyway. All right, so this is how it's looking now. It's kind of cool. What do you think? Do we like it? So yeah, the Advent calendar, well, the 12 days of crafting calendar. So I don't know if everyone realized it comes with a stamp set. The stamp set's not behind one of the windows or one of the doors. It has an extra stamp set, and it's a decent sized stamp set too. So there's probably another, I did hear someone say it's around about $200 worth of value in it. The kit itself, well, it is a type of kit really, is $173 here in Australia, but you get behind the 12 doors are different products that all coordinate with each other. Now, it's not Christmas themed. Well, that also makes it really interesting. It's not Christmas themed. It does actually have year-long application, so you can use it for general purpose stuff. So the embossing does make all the difference, right? There you go. Oh, that's a good idea, Sean. So it works out $14.42 per day for the calendar. Well, there's dies in one of them. I know that. I think the first one is dies that match the stamp set. The second one I think is 6x6 DSP. After that, I don't know. But I've decided I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to show you guys the first couple of doors. If you don't want to watch or you don't want to be surprised, then don't watch. But if you are happy for me to show you, I might have it in time for next Friday night. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm happy with this. This is looking really nice. I am actually going to go ahead and put this on my card base. We've still got to add our greetings. So let's use some Tombow or whatever glue you want to use at this point, whatever your favorite is. Let's dropping stuff all over the place. And then this is here. My husband is not yet home from work, but he'll be home in just a few minutes. He let me know he was on his way just before I went live. All right, so it's looking cute. There'll be that one unique thing. It's so cute. You have to have it. I know. It happens to all of us. Don't you worry. It's not just you. Oh, wow. Last treatment. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's a really, really good idea. Yeah. So what Stella is talking about, and by the way, Stella, you're in good company here. There's quite a few people in this group who have been through that kind of treatment and recently as well, or are still going through it. So it's not the only one. So this is what Stella's talking about. It's on page 4, Standing Strong Together. We've got this stamp set. I haven't read yet which breast cancer organisation the money's being donated to, but $4.25 from the sale of each stamp set, and the stamp set is $44. $4.25 from that sale will be going to the breast cancer organisation that Stampin' Up has chosen. So in each market, it's a different charity, but I just think it's really great, and it's a great thing to do for October classes, Nairi. That's a great idea. You all wear something pink. That's awesome. That's so good. All right. So, yeah, this one. And I think a few people missed this. They didn't actually see it because it's so close to the front of the catalogue, and you kind of turn to the catalogue and hope that, that you're getting up to all the good stuff. But a lot of people are missing this right inside the cover. So Yeah, good on you guys. That's awesome. I think that's really good. Also, we've got World Card Making Day coming up, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. If you haven't registered for that event yet, please do that soon. If you don't have I did put the registration link on my Facebook business page and also my Facebook group, my VIP group. So if you're in Australia and you'd like to be part of my VIP group, let me put up the name of the group so you can find it on Facebook. Just a second. And then there is a link there for you to register. And when you register, it's free and free to register. And it's 2 p.m. on the 4th of October. Stampin' Up will be, and that's Sydney time. So adjust accordingly depending on where you're located. But the nice thing is that they will be doing this free class, goes from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I've got a couple of people joining me. Actually, have we seen Leslie tonight? I haven't seen Leslie. Leslie's coming to my house and we've never met in person before. I'm very excited about that. So that's very cool. And then I have a couple of my other customers coming and we're all going to make up the handmade and heartfelt kit together. So that's what Stampin' Up is going to be creating within the class. You can just watch. You don't have to have the kit. But if you would like to join my VIP group, that's where you go. So you go into Facebook and search Linda Dolke's private Stampin' VIP group. You do have a couple of questions that you need to answer to join the group. The most important one is, are you in Australia? That's the one I really want to know that you are, because I'm only allowing people who are in Australia to join that one. Okay, I'm going to take that banner down and go back to the other page. Oh, that's awesome, Sheila. So for ovarian cancer. For October, how cute is that? We love a good frock, right? All right. I'm just having a look. When does daylight saving start? I believe it's the long weekend. Someone can correct me if we're wrong, but I know not all states in Australia have daylight saving, much to everyone's confusion. WA, I don't think has it. Queensland definitely doesn't have it. So, but I think the other states have it. Am I right? I know South Australia does, and Victoria and New South Wales. I think more states do have it than don't. I haven't seen Lynn tonight either. So, all right. So the last thing I want to do here is I want to put a banner or something like that across. And I'm just thinking which set would be the best one to work with. So let me just have a look here and I'm just going to see. I've got a couple that have got, we could do from the Peace on Earth set, we could just have the Peace, Love and Joy and put that little banner across the bottom there. That might be good. And I could use the, you know the one I mean, here we go. The textured notes dies have this great little banner. This one here. Oh, I just dropped. I hear the sound of a die hitting the ground. So I need to pick it up before I forget that it's there. All right, so that would fit quite nicely across there. Or I could do a whole piece that goes all the way across, but I feel like this would be nice. So, and that would fit, I think, the Peace, Love and Joy stamp, which I have obviously not unpacked from today's class. So this is the problem I have when I do classes, that not everything gets unpacked immediately. So, oh, and I've also got this set here. So we've got a 'Tis the Season. Oh, that would be nice. 'Tis the Season, traditional labels. Let's try that. Let's try that. I think that will fit. Yeah, that will fit nicely in that one. So, all right. I think, okay, I'll let you guys choose. Do I want to have green ink to stamp my sentiment, the garden green, or do I want real red? Real red or garden green? Go in the comments. I want to see what people think would look better. Yeah, I didn't think WA does, because you go from 2 hours behind us to 3 hours behind us. Oh, yeah, maybe she got called away. Maybe. There's a few people missing tonight. Okay, so we have red, green, real red with some green shading behind it. Oh, we can't just be simple, can we now? Red, green. So we're getting votes for both. Red, I'm seeing lots of comments. Well, I don't know. I'm tempted to go red. I tell you what, so they both look good. The red's going to stand out more than the green. So I'm thinking, thank you, Cherie. Thank you so much. So I'm thinking, is this going to be long enough? Oh, it is. Look at that. And I'm going to use that 'Tis the Season. And I'm going to pop it on a block. So when I have a long skinny stamp like this, just a little bit of technique here for you. When you have a long skinny stamp, you need to be careful because if you pick it up and put it onto your block, it's really easy to put it on crooked. So what I do is I don't put it on the mat because it will stick to the mat, but I put it on a piece of paper, okay, and then I pick it up with the block. That way I don't have to worry about it getting out of shape when I put it on the block. Now, one of the problems of using red is it stains my stamps. So let me just pop this on. Oh, it's nice. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice sentiment? Nice and clear. I like that. And then I'm going to clean it straight away because it will stain less if I clean it immediately. But red always stains photopolymer. Red, pink, and purple. Really bad for staining. But you just need to remember that just because a stamp is stained doesn't mean it doesn't stamp well. It's not ruined. It just doesn't look quite as pristine and new as it did at the beginning. But even if I clean it straight away, it's still going to be a little bit pink. It didn't do too bad. It's a tiny bit pink, but overall it's not bad. But that's because I cleaned it immediately. Well, that's true. It's true. Nicole is right. If your stamps are stained, you can find them on your desk. Good point. All right. So I'm popping that back in there. I'm going to cut this out with this beautiful stitched edge die from the textured notes die. So I'm going to just run that through my cut and emboss machine. We've only made one card. As usual, the first card takes us a long time because we're all chatty and stuff. But the second card, I just throw something together. And sometimes I like the cards that I throw together just as much. So here you go. We've used a sketch tonight, and I think it turned out really nice. I could do some blending on it, as Cherie suggested. But I don't know that I need to. What do we think? Do we like that? I'm going to pop that on a couple of dimensionals as well. I might use mini dimensionals because this is quite a thin piece of paper, thin banner. And I'm just going to use 3. I'll have one in the middle so it doesn't sag in the middle there because no one likes to sag. Oh, bye, Sean. Yeah, I have heard that too. I don't usually bother about it, Maureen. I don't think you have to, but you can. It's not going to hurt them. Let me just, now, if we want to put some bling on this, and of course we do, because we always do, right? I'm thinking probably maybe some gold. Let me see. I've got lots of bling options. Here's a few options. We've got these fabulous metallic gems. These are the metallic adhesive back gems. We could use gold. Probably gold would look better than copper. So gold ones. I've also got these decorative dots, delightful decorative dots. I've got a few red ones of those. The green's wrong, but it would have to be red if I was going to use those. Or my other favorite at the moment, let me see if I can find them, is the sparkling gems. Oh, these are nice too. These ones are from the Kintsugi suite. These flower accents, they're quite pretty. You can see they're quite shiny as well. But the sparkling ones are so pretty. They're called sparkling sequins. And I'm going to open a new pack because I can. This is them. See how beautiful they are? So I will use red. Red or gold? What do you think? Red or gold? And you can see we have small, large, medium, and small. 3 sizes. I love these. Oh, bye, Lorraine. Nice to... I'm so glad you like it. That's okay. All right, I'm just going to attach these. The question is red or gold? Okay, we had a couple of comments for gold. So I'm going to go with gold because that's the first couple of comments. All right. And I think I'll go medium and small. I'm just going to have one right here next to the birdie. And then a couple of small ones up near the top. One here. Move that one. I think it'll look better over here. And then move that one as well. There we go. So there we go. We have a card. It turned out really pretty. Do you like it? I do. I think it looks great. And we really stuck to the sketch tonight. Some nights we don't, but today we did. I think that turned out really nice. I'm very happy with it. Oh, wink. Where would we put the wink? Let me see. I might have to buy some new winks soon because I feel like, how's this one? This one all right? Oh, no, this one's good. Winkostella. I'm just wondering where I should I Winkostella maybe a couple of little bits, like maybe just the berries or the center of the poinsettia. I don't feel I want it, or I could just do leaves. Where should I wink? No wink, splatter. Ooh. Like I can actually splatter by, and you can tap your Winkostella and add little bits. So I hope you can see this. Can you see there's a little bit of splatter on it now? Like there's some here and some here. And you can keep going and make it very shiny. You can do lots of things with Winkostella. It's a great product. Oh yeah, we're getting very splattery shiny now. I feel like you might not be able to see it under the camera, but I can see it. It's very pretty. Very center of the poinsettia, no more. Yeah, we could do that anyway. I could do that on, why not? Let's go over the top, right? Let's add some little shiny berries and more berries. I'm still working on the first card. I can't believe this. And now it's what? 8:20 and we haven't even started the second card. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right. I'm actually really happy with this card. I think it turned out really nice. I have ages ago, I think. Oh, hello, Real Juice Man. I promise not to everybody, my son has just joined us. It's nice to have you here. I remember last time that the Real Juice Man was here, and it was quite, and he donated. You can see he sent me a star. Last time he sent me more, and I think it was $5. Was it $5 last time? And I thought he was a troll and not a real person, and I deleted him and the money. He was horrified. I'm not going to do that tonight. That's awesome. Thanks, Ben. Hey, honey, we need to talk later. You need to call me, or I'll call you, or over the weekend or something. I know. I felt so guilty. That was really bad that I did that. All right, that one is done. Now I need to work out what we're going to do for our second card. And I'm thinking I'm just going to pick some paper that I like, because that's always a good place to start. So if you want to create a card, but you're not sure where to start, you pick some paper that you like. So we have some Traditions of Christmas paper, which is this one, the one that has got all the lovely, you saw me use it earlier, this beautiful paper, and it's got all the gold foil pieces. Then we also have the ornamental pine, the elegant pine, which has got these greens I have some autumn paper. And the last one I have, which is at the moment is my favorite, is the Peaceful Garden Suite, which has got the doves and all the blues and crumb cake and the glimmer paper. I mean, it's beautiful. Do we have a favorite? Hey, Cheryl, nice to see you here. Everyone's saying hello. That's lovely. All right, do we have a favorite? First person to tell me which paper I should use. Peaceful Garden, says Nicole. Okay, Peaceful Garden it is. That's my favorite too. So that's the one we're doing. Let's do a quick and easy card with this. Do you have a favorite paper in this? I like them all. I love this diagonal design. I think that's really beautiful. And thanks for the $1. It's interest, I think. All right, so we have crumb cake here. We have beautiful doves. So we have some gorgeous paper. Oh, you guys. That is true. 38 people in a room at a time would be a lot. Actually, I can see I have 49 people. And you know why? Because it's counting the people who are watching on Facebook as well. You're just looking at the people who are on YouTube. So I have both going at the same time. So as I do this, actually it's a little low tonight. So some nights we have like 60, 70 people, but a little low tonight, but that's okay. I'll still take it, and it's a good crowd. I'm just deciding which ones to go with. This is my favorite paper, this one here. But I keep using that one all the time, and I'm wondering if I should pick a different one tonight. I do like the Misty Moonlight in white. That's really nice. And I love the Secret Sea. Oh, and this is really nice, this here. Let's use this one as a background, and then what color would look nice on top of it? Would this look nice on top? Because it's got the same color in the leaves. So those two might go well together, whereas I feel like this one isn't quite right. What do we think? This is my favorite. What do we think? Oh my goodness. Are we making up for last time? That's so funny. All right, so I'm just deciding which color. I've decided I want to use this one because I think that's really, really beautiful. But I'm just deciding which one to go with it. So either this, because we've got the same color behind, or this one. I feel like those are probably the best match. And there's another design in here that I've used it all up. So I'm just wondering where the other one, whether I have some more of that. Also, for anyone who's wondering, the scrapbooking workshop kit that goes with this has some exclusives, like it has some extra paper in it, like this one that's got all the splatter. He is cheeky. He's definitely cheeky. I'm just looking to see if and so there's some two-tone papers and there's some exclusive papers in there as well, but I think I'll just go with what I've got. No, the white with the leaves that was third from the top. Okay, you think that would look good with this? Is that the one you mean? You mean this one? I just don't think those two go together so well. Let's see. Oh, I've also got this too. There's also little stars. That's really nice. All right. I think I'm just going to go with it. And I've got a piece of the other half of the basic white piece that I had before. I'm going to fold that card base over. And I'm going to flatten that down. And I am going to do an 8x12 piece that's going to go in the center. So I'm going to grab my trimmer. and actually going to make this, actually I'm going to go 7.5 by 11.5. I'm going to go the darker end. So I'm going rogue. Sorry, guys. I'm just going ahead and doing whatever I think might work. So I'm going to use some Secret C. I'm going to make this 8 by 12. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at comments all the time. And I'm going to, this is going to end up in here. And I'm going to glue these two together. So this is a fast card, okay? Let's pop that right there. So I always make my mats about 0.5 centimetre wider, half a centimetre wider and taller than my base piece so that it will come together nicely. And I'm going to use dimensionals. We're going to stick it on the back here. This is a really common layout that I use when I'm not sure what to do. This is one of my go-to layouts. So I've got a few of them. I always put a dimensional in the middle so it doesn't sag in the middle there. And we're going to take the backs off the dimensionals. I mean, this is really nice paper. All right. Now, I could just do a circle in the middle. I'm thinking not. I'm going to use the Peace on Earth dies. So let me grab those. They are part of this bundle, this suite. If anyone's looking at the stuff in the Peaceful Garden suite, which is, where is that in our catalogue? That's, if you're looking at this one, here it is. Okay, so this is so you get the stamp set with all those lovely words, and it's not Christmas. The only Christmas stamp is Peace on Earth and Peace, Love and Joy. The others, there's sympathy, there's big hugs, all the best in your new adventure, a whole bunch of different types of user-friendly greetings. And then we've got the embossing folder with the label and the leaves around. We've got the dies that match up with these. So they've got the little doves. You've got the glimmer paper. The glimmer paper is absolutely fantastic. Has everyone seen this? It is beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. 6 sheets and you get 2 of each color. So you get 2 of this beautiful blue, which I think is somewhere in between Blueberry Bushel and Azure Afternoon. Then we have Secret Sea, which is really just it says dark blue, I think, or navy in the thing, but to me it's Secret Sea. And then this one is closest to Cloud Cover. Absolutely beautiful. They are stunning. What do I have a lot of? Have I gone rogue? Oh, you guys. I'll talk to you later, Mr. Ben. All right. So I'm telling you about this because it's also got this beautiful Misty Moonlight ribbon. I used up the last of mine today, so I need to buy another one. These gorgeous flower accents, the glimmer paper, and the DSP. All of that is $159.25, which I actually think is a good value. Okay, so if you're looking for a whole bunch of things that are going to be very, very user-friendly and that you can use in lots of different ways, this is a really good set. All right, so I'm going to do a label, and I'm thinking I'm going to have a label go this way, and I'm actually thinking I might cut some of the Secret Sea glimmer because it's so pretty. Let me see, do I have any of that left in my, do I have to use my new pack or can I just use the old pack? Give me a second and I'll see if I have any more of that. I have a little bit left. There you go. Look, this is all I've got left of my other pack. But that's rather nice, isn't it? So I'm going to whack that through my cut and emboss machine. And then we'll use some of that beautiful paper. Right, so this is going to end up across here. And then I'm going to use the smaller one, and I'm going to cut one of my papers, and I'm actually leaning towards this paper. Yep, that's the one I'm going to use. So to put it through the cut and emboss machine, you'll have to cut it at the halfway mark, the 6-inch mark. And I'm going to pop that through. And just to bear in mind that Tombow and most glues do not stick very well to glimmer paper. Okay, so we just want that lovely Secret C edge popping around. But you'll need to use dimensionals and glue dots are the best things on here. But I'm going to use, I want it to be flat, so I'm going to use glue dots. And we're going to cover up quite a bit of it anyway. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Let's pop that right there in the middle. I just love this wash kind of a look at the back. We could also do something with these leaves. That would really be pretty, but I'm actually thinking maybe a dove. Do we want a dove? And I'm also going to have a sentiment here in the middle, so I'm going to get to that in a second. We could have a dove right in here. Actually, he would be this way. All right. So I could use a punch, but I'm tempted to use my stylish shape size. And let me see what size I want to have. I don't want to cover up the whole. I want to be as, I think that's probably the right size. Because if I go too big, I'm going to lose all this. So that's the size I want. So let me cut that. All right, so now we need a greeting on here, and I'm just deciding what greeting. Now, if we use this set, this is not the Peace on Earth set. I guess I probably should look at that first, right? So is there anything that I would want to have? Peace on Earth, this one would just fit on there. It does fit, but only just. We could make this sympathy. I don't know that it doesn't really look to me with the glitter and everything. I don't think it's a sympathy card. So I don't think this is the right one. I'm just thinking, what else could I use instead? I mean, this doesn't have to be a Christmas card. There's nothing about it that really says Christmas. What do we think? I like the fonts in that set too, Nicole. I think it's really nice. Just love. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, landscape. You mean go this way and go this way? You want to do that? We could do that. Why not? Sending love. All right. Yeah, I could do that. So let's do sending love. And I'll use Secret C ink for that. So I've got sending here. And I'm just going to pop that on a small block. And use Secret C ink. I'm actually going to do the love first because it will be easier to position it being the larger sentiment. So I'm going to pop that kind of just down below halfway. Oh, it's a nice font. Isn't that nice? And then that one. And then sending. I'm wondering whereabouts to pop it. I think I want to have it on the right-hand side. I want to put them fairly close together. Like that. And of course, it's at this point that I decide, do I want to use a little bit of blending in the middle of my circle? Are you guys getting sick of me blending everything? Who's sick of it? Be honest, you can tell me. I'm just going to use a bit of cloud cover. All right, so when you're going to start blending on something like this, I always start with a scrap of paper first. Give me a second, I'll grab a scrap. This bit that we used before will be fine, just so we don't get any blobbiness. That's the technical term, blobbiness in the middle of our... All right, that looks nice. All right, I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind that. Yeah, sometimes I do, Cherie, when I want to get really, you know, if I want to get very close and detailed and make sure I get it exactly where I want it, I'll hold the head of it rather than the handle. All right, I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals behind here. So we're going landscape. Is that what we decide? Not you either? Good. Everyone used to get sick of me using vellum all the time, and then we don't sell vellum currently. I'm sure we will again at some point. I haven't thrown away all my vellum, you'll be happy to know, because I think one day they'll probably bring it back. So I kept it. But it was a bit of a sad day when I realized they were going out of vellum temporarily anyway. But it's one of those things that I think we'll always have in rotation. All right, so that goes like that. Now I feel like either a dove here, or do we want the one with the open wings here? Do we think? I mean, we could do both, but I think maybe one's enough. How about I'm going to cut both of them and we'll decide which one we like best. How about that? I think that might be a good idea. All right, so I've cut my doves. I just need to release them because they sort of stick in here. So I just need to get my pokey tool and just pop it out very carefully. And then this one, same thing. Also, I've been giving the doves just a dot in the middle of their faces for an eye because I feel they look nicer with an eye, but that's optional, of course. All right, so we have a couple of choices. We could have a dove flying off here, off in this direction, or we could have one down the bottom and one at the top. I don't know, is 2 overkill? Because it also covers up some of the paper. Maybe, and I like the paper on this side because we've got little flowers here. So maybe just one dove. Do we want the open dove, or do we want the single dove, the landing dove, or the taking off dove? Yeah, I'm in the plain vellum. I like the plain vellum. I can't get rid of it. Yeah, thanks for the support, girls. Only the bottom one, just one. Yeah, I think maybe one as well. And we think I think the landing dove or the taking off whatever, it looks better at the top. There is a bit more room here. Yeah, maybe this one. All right. Decision made. Just got to go with something. I mean, they both look good, let's be honest. I'm going to put my dimensional, rather than putting it behind my dove, I'm actually going to put it here on top of this bit and then stick the dove to it. I think that's a little easier. And then I want to grab let me see if I have one handy. Yep, I do. Just one of our journaling pens and just do an eye, because then he looks like he's got personality. See, he's got an eye. It's cute. We could also put a little branch. See, you've got this little tiny weeny branch. Oh, you've also got the envelope. So you could either have an envelope in his mouth, which would go with the sending love theme, or you could have a little olive branch. What do you think? Should we give him? Should we give him a silver envelope to carry? I don't know, because that could work. I'm just looking to see what everyone thinks. And while we're making up that decision whether or not we need an envelope, I'm going to also bring in some of those lovely the gems that I had out before. Oh, well, we'll use the gems, or will we go with the matching flower? I'll need to buy some more of these flower. What are they called? Hues of blue flowers. That's what they're called. So we can go with silver from here, or we can go with some little white flowers. I think the white would look best. He's delivering happily. And everyone's saying envelope. Okay, all right. Let me quickly cut an envelope. Actually, it cuts two. Cuts two. And should it be a silver envelope or a white envelope? Because I could do either. I've got some silver here. Let's do both and choose. When you can't decide what to do, I think sometimes it's worth doing both and then trying them both and seeing which one looks better, because sometimes you can't decide that until you see what it looks like. I'm just thinking the white might be too much white. Oh, the envelopes are cute, guys. This is the first time I've used them. They're sweet. I'm sorry I'm going on so long tonight. Some nights it seems to take me a long time to get my stuff together. But hopefully we'll end up with a couple of cards we really like. All right. So I've got white envelopes and I've got silver, because like I said, it cuts two at a time. I just think because there's so much white here, we might be better off with the silver. And oh, how cute is that? Look, I think the silver. 3 stars. I could. Oh, thanks so much, Sheila. Sorry, that's Cherie being rude to me quite often. Yeah, the silver does show up better. And you can lift it because the dove's only attached behind the glue dot. You can lift it and put the envelope. I'm just deciding where I want the envelope to be. Look at that. How cute. Isn't that sweet? All right. So, yeah. So am I going with silver bling, or we decided on the flowers, didn't we? I think we decided on the flowers. And there is also cloud cover ones in the Misty Moonlight, but I think I'm going to go with white, which will show up better on here. So, and there's big ones and small ones. So I'm going to have one here, and I'm going to have, well, the thing is, it's not going to show up very well there, is it? So maybe I'm better off putting it up here. And there we go. Card done. What do we think? Do you like it? It turned out pretty. I'm actually really happy with it. I actually like both our cards tonight. Some nights I like them more than others. I really like the sketch card. I think that worked out fantastic. And there's our other card with the Peace on Earth bundle. And the matching papers. And, oh, look, a cat hair. That's an occupational hazard around here. I've got them. I'm also wearing a black t-shirt and I have cat hairs all over my front. So probably just as well you can't see that. Yeah, thank you. They turned out really nice tonight. I like them. All right, let's switch back. If you have any questions at all from anything you've seen tonight, if you'd like to make a purchase, I've put the link for the shopping in the description below the YouTube video. And of course, you can also head over to my blog if you'd like to go shopping and click the Shop Now button, and it takes you to my store. So you don't end up on the generic Stampin' Up store. You actually end up on mine, and the blog is lookwhatimade.com.au. You can also sign up there for my newsletter, so you're always kept abreast of whatever's going on, whatever's coming up. And I also post things in there that are coming up and promotions and ideas and things like that. So that's a great place to go if you want more info. All right. I think we did good tonight. I hope you had fun. Let me see if I missed any comments here at the end. There you go. That's exactly what it was, Sheila. A sketch card and an off the cuff card where we just made it up. I don't know. I think you could probably do better, Cherie. All right, you guys. Well, have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to a weekend. I've had a really busy week and I'm looking forward to relaxing a bit this weekend, doing some things, pottering around the house, going for a walk, maybe reading, doing a bit of reading. I love to read, and hopefully maybe even find some time to craft. So that is my plan. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening. Look after yourselves this weekend, and I will see many of you on Technic Tuesday at 2 p.m. next Tuesday. Don't forget, team members, I'll see you guys on Monday morning. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.